Good afternoon and welcome to Legislative Committee. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Note that both directors are here. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes.
What do you think of it, Greg?
I think that's good. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll approve it as well. Okay, public comment. Do we have any public with us?
I do not see anybody online or in person.
Okay, then we will move on to the minutes. I looked them over and they looked good. What about you, Greg?
Yeah, I had a chance to review the minutes and I have no additional comments. I approve.
Okay, then I'll second that. Okay, let's go with the representatives. Who do we have with us? Well, let's go to the order that we have them all listed. How about that? We start with Congress.
How about Senator? Let's start with Senator.
Hayden. Let's start with Hayden.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, so my name is Hayden Parks. I'm at Congressman Jay Obernolte ledge and I have a short ledge update for everybody. So as many of you know, there's still budget negotiations going on in the House of Representatives right now, but we are seeing movement on that, and that's a wonderful thing. Congressman Obernolte, as always, is fighting for a fiscally responsible budget, as we're seeing the effects that the economy is currently having on our constituency right now. Everybody is feeling what's going on because of this budget. But Congressman Obernolte has been able to introduce other legislation as well, focusing on his strengths when it comes to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. One of the things that he has passed recently that just came out of the House is the 988 Lifeline Cybersecurity Responsibility Act. So for those of you who don't know, the 988 line is a suicide helpline, something that is desperately needed in America right now. We're seeing just astronomical numbers of people who are having a mental health crisis. And there was a cyber attack on this facility and on this line recently. So Congressman Obernolte wants to make sure that we shore up the cybersecurity side of that to make sure that these valuable resources are always available to those who need them most. Along this line, Congressman Obernolte is also part of a bipartisan task force. He is one of the co-chairs with Representative Ted Lieu. So Congressman Obernolte is currently working on legislation for how we're going to address artificial intelligence in the future. Artificial intelligence is a wonderful tool. The best way that I like to describe it, it's like using a calculator that's way more complex than a graphing calculator. And we need to have legislation in place. So by the time these new technologies truly emerge into our economy, we have a legislative framework on how we can implement them. Congressman Obernolte is also working on our energy problems that we're facing here in the state of California and abroad in the wider nation. That's why he is happy to introduce the Fusion Energy Act. Again, this is a bill that encourages Congress to look at legislation for these emerging technologies that'll help alleviate a lot of the problems that we're seeing with our energy grids these days. Fusion energy is a wonderful form of energy. It's bipartisan, as it is a cheap form of energy that is minimally impactful on the environment. So Congressman, and this energy can be used to scale up to the amount of needs that we have. So that's why Congressman Obernolte wants to make sure that we have this legislation in place. So by the time the technology is available, we can implement it sooner. That way, by the time we implement it, there's not new technology that we need to, follow through on this again. So Congressman Obernolte is happy to look at this legislation, make sure that he's making decisions that are building up the infrastructure for what we're going to see in the future in regards to these emergent technologies. So thank you very much. I would like to remind everybody that if anybody ever needs help with a federal agency, IRS, Social Security, BLM, have them reach out to our office. We'll be more than happy to assist them. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't. How about you, Greg?
No, I don't have any additional questions. Thank you for the briefing.
Yes, thank you, Hayden.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, so who do we have next? Do we have anybody from State Senate?
Matthew Lyons?
Matthew, are you with the state senator? Or state assembly?
Yeah, I'm with State Assembly.
Okay, then that's next on the list. We'll go with that then.
Perfect. I'll take it. Just a few things. Let's see here. On the legislative front, February 16th was the last day for bills to be introduced. The Assembly member did introduce a total of 11 bills, but has a total of 14 bills that are actively going through the legislative process due to a few of them being two-year bills. At the end of February, the Assembly member co-hosted a unemployment insurance resource seminar. It was a webinar that was recorded. So if you have any shared constituents that are in need of assistance with unemployment or the EDD, it's a valuable resource that's now available in our video gallery on our legislative website. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight our Young Legislators program. We're in our 8th and final year of that program, and it's a great program that invites high school seniors to participate in a 6-month program with monthly sessions that culminate to a trip to Sacramento in June. And the reason why I wanted to highlight this with this district is we have Mia Johnson, who is a high school senior from Serrano High School, participating in this year's cohort of 18 young legislators. So wanted to share a resident and high school senior of Serrano High School. And that's all I have.
So thank you. And you're with Holden's office?
I am.
Okay, just double checking. I thought that's what who you were with. I have no questions. How about you, Greg?
No, I don't have any additional questions. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have anybody from the county supervisor?
I don't see anybody else online.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for showing up. Do we have anything for a staff report?
Nothing else to add.
Okay. I don't have any real committee comments myself. Do you have any, Greg?
No, I do not.
Okay, and do we have any action items?
It looks like there was last time to schedule legislator meetings for the legislative days, and I believe that's been taken care of.
Yes, that has been. Okay, and our next meeting will be June 11th. And I know that the CSDA has legislative days in Sacramento coming up in May. So I will have something to report in June of how those went. Okay, thank you, and we will adjourn at 3:09.
309, that was quick. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you helping out today.
Not a problem. I'm happy to step in. I don't want to worry about stepping on your toes. Thank you.